Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm sorry I didn't show up yesterday. My mother-in-law passed away. It was too hard of a day for me. I just needed to take it off. But I'm here today, and I'm very happy to be here. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. And to those of you who have subscribed and like, share, and comment on my videos, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. We are going to dive in. This is a general reading, so just keep that in mind and take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? For Pisces today, please, Spirit, what can you tell us for Pisces? For Pisces. All right, Pisces, we're getting a general overview here. Pisces, something is lighting up. I can just see it. I can feel it. So this may be something new. For some of you, it may be a return of a past person whose pride, whose this ego definitely feels like a shadow side energy. It feels like something that's compensating for some kind of insecurity or some kind of lack mentality. It feels like a protection mechanism that has sort of grown a little bit like out of control, or not that any protection mechanism on any level is really healthy for us or good for us, but this feels like something that has gone kind of unchecked, or the person isn't really conscious of. Okay, so it could be this person coming back around, or this person could be sort of maybe watching something new take place. Okay, so this could be a new beginning in a cycle that you're familiar with, or it could be a new beginning as a cycle you're familiar with is sort of closing out. All right. Oh, honey, don't play with the pig, please. All right, we're going to do things a little differently today. I am actually going to start with this tarot right now. For Pisces, please, Spirit. What can you tell me about this situation? What can you tell me about this situation? See, you got a new beginning in love. You've got this Ace of Cups, okay? Oh, Pisces. All right. For some of you, I'm just going to tell you clearly what this message is, because the message is clearly apply it to your situation however it needs to be. You've got the Fool and the Five of Wands. This is something where it's required that we are free of past burdens, that we are free of something that would hold us back from being able to take a leap of faith. In other words, it could be another commitment. It could be unhealed wounds. It could be a limited mindset. It could be, it's something that's not in alignment with this relationship, okay? And it's a blockage. And the blockage, until we can get into the Fool card energy where we're like, okay, you know what? Nothing's going to stop me. I've made up my mind. We're going to do this. We're going to jump in, until both people are like that, okay? So there's something here where something was blocked, and it was because someone wasn't free to take a leap of faith, for whatever that is, okay? It could have been them with them. It could have been them with something external, especially with the Five of Wands. It could have even been outside interference. You know, if someone was listening to people in the environment, or their parents or their friends that were saying, don't do this or whatever, that could have been it. You know, they had to free themselves of that situation, or you did, or both of you did. Son of Cups, Two of Wands. This is an energy where someone had to choose what they actually really, really wanted, to go after their true heart's desire and to not let things stop them. Okay? So this seems like it's a process. It's part of a journey. It's something to where this person really, really, really had to decide this and commit to it. Okay, I'm going to leave that like that. Then you have the Five of Swords upright with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Diviner of Coins in reverse. Okay, so this is an energy where, you know, there's something here that's not in alignment with someone's self-worth. So like this could be a relationship that, you know, represents where someone was at the time, and they have elevated beyond that space, and now that is no longer in alignment with them. But for some reason, whatever they're telling themselves about the situation, or possibly if it is a third party situation, the third party is sort of keeping them stuck through mental manipulation with the Five of Swords. There's an energy here of like, you know, someone having to free themselves from something that did not allow them to live their truth, to live their worthiness, to live their sort of highest and best, to go for what they wanted here. It can even be a past relationship where someone was treated really poorly, and where it really, they maybe even were like told, you're just not worth it, you're just not good enough, you're just, you know what I mean? And maybe not even in so many words. With the Five of Swords, this can be gaslighting, this can be manipulation, this could be you, Pisces, and it could be your person, and it could be both of you. So if this is a new relationship, it's something where someone may still be healing or going through some kind of change, or freeing them from a situation that's no longer in alignment. There is some blockage here that's being removed through some kind of decision here for someone to go after what they really, really want, and to take a true leap of faith without anything holding them back or anything stopping them. And it feels as though they either have a person or people external to them that is holding them back, or a way of thinking that has been holding them back, okay? And all of this is happening for this Ace of Cups energy, for this new beginning in love, okay? We're using this deck for the first time, so I'm not quite sure what to expect. I don't have any expectations, I guess I should say. All right, so you have the Fool being clarified by slow climb. You are getting there one step at a time with a little bit of effort. And then you have the Five of Wands, rough road. Prepare carefully before you continue, for it's a long journey ahead. You know, if this has been held back, or if there has been delay, or if there has been something here where, you know, you have quiet moments here on the bottom of the deck, which makes me feel like there's some kind of separation, or there's some kind of, it's like there's time apart here, or yeah, like time in solitude here. It's like, I feel this is you, Pisces, where it's like, it's almost as if you know you can't fix the situation, or you can't do it for them. And you're just sort of, it's almost like an energy of trusting the universe, that if this is something meant to be, it will come together. And almost even trusting your person, that they do have what it takes to get to the place where they will be able to take this leap of faith, free of any past baggage, free of anything really holding them back. This may have been, for some of you, a very long and winding road that has been full of many obstacles. There may have been more than one thing here that we've been dealing with, you know, and especially like if you're dealing with someone who has a limited mindset, and this relationship is like unconditionally loving, you know, they may have experienced some kind of trauma or some kind of toxicity in relationships in the past that made this feel unsafe for them. to where they may have, you know, continuously sought things outside the connection to sort of avoid having to grow or having to let go or having to deal with this energy down here. And that may have made it a much more difficult journey than it needed to be. They may have even been in a battle with their own ego, with their own self here. Son of Cups, Two of Wands for Pisces. You're getting eclipse of concealment, clarifying the Son of Cups. Navigate through the eclipse of concealment, understanding the cyclical nature of hidden phases and awaiting revelations. Yeah, you know, you're letting this person, I feel this energy of just like, I've got to let you go. I got to let you go through whatever it is you got to go through. I can't do it for you. And all I can do is really hope that you're going to choose divine flow. Wow, that you're going to consult higher wisdom, that you're going to seek within yourself your own highest and best and allow that to guide the decisions that you're going to make. And, you know, realize that you don't have to continue to make the same choices that you have made in the past, because you don't even have to be that same person. And you can find your worth. You can release whatever this energy is. You can overcome it. You can let it go. You can free yourself from it. I am also again getting here that this person is still acting from a place of where they once were, like what their energy once was, but it isn't necessarily where it is anymore. It could be, Pisces, that if you've had some kind of relationship with this person, even being in proximity to you has shown them another way, especially with this higher wisdom card. You know, this is like the high priestess type energy. It's like you may have introduced them to a different kind of energy or a different kind of way of analyzing or making decisions or doing things. And it may have at first been something that was really foreign to them, that they were even threatened by, that caused them to cling even more to their old way of doing things. But I feel like ultimately, you know, they're sort of seeing the results you're getting by making the choices you're making and by doing the things you're doing. And I feel like ultimately, for some of you, there's almost like an inspirational or aspirational element to it. Like, but wait, why am I choosing this learned behavior when I look at all the people that I know choose like that? I don't want any of their lives. But when I look at Pisces and I notice the way that they're choosing things, you know, that's much more along the lines of the type of life and the type of energy that I really want in my life. Bunchy, can you take the ducky out into the hallway, please? For Grand Dog Mom, please, baby. Five of Swords. Ah. Oh. This can even be for some of you, they may be in a relationship that really is representational about how they felt of, oh my gosh, of how they felt about themselves at the time. Yeah, I really do think that that's a very strong message for a lot of you. This is something about them with their own self-worth. Wow, some of you may be dealing with a Libra. You do have the scales of balance on the bottom of the deck here. You also have the Fool, which can be Aries or Aquarius, depending on what you think. But can be both. So you have this Five of Swords clarified by Fantasyland, and it says, make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page. The thing that I feel like is, this could have been something, it could have been a relationship or a connection of some sort where it's like things were good in a lot of ways, or things were, Bhakti, stop. He doesn't want you to get his bone. Where, you know, it's kind of like, you know what it feels like if this is a third party situation, there's a relationship taking off, ignoring the fact that someone is in a relationship with someone else. Like, you know, just like, okay, well, you know, if this develops or whatever, certainly they're going to walk away. But it's like, they haven't and they have it for a reason. You know, it's tied up to maybe their ego. It's tied up to maybe their pride. It's tied up to maybe, you know, what they think their life is supposed to be or supposed to look like or supposed to be, you know. So there's something here where it's like we just ignore the parts that we don't like or that don't jive with the thing, but we can't do that. That's not sustainable. It doesn't last. It's self-defeating. This could be this person with this person where maybe they were like, oh, you know, I really like Pisces. I'm really attracted to Pisces. I want to be with Pisces, whatever, but I don't want to do, but I have this mentality that's self-defeating that is going to be in conflict, Foxy, with this relationship or with this growth because I haven't healed, because I haven't done the work. Let me get her a bone really fast because Foxy has a bone. Here you go, Bunchy. Bhakti has a bone and Honey doesn't have a bone, and so Bhakti automatically assumes that Honey is coming for his bone, and it was going to get intense, and I didn't want to deal with it. So thank you. Sorry about that. But it, you know, it feels like, you know, I can just go ahead and dive into this relationship without healing. I can just do this without dealing with this or without looking at this or without considering this, and then this thing always creeps up and always gets involved with the Five of Swords. It's something that probably made this person run from the connection. You know what I mean? It's probably a way of thinking that was always there, sort of self-defeating. And until they allowed it to come into the light and they dealt with it and they released it, it was always going, the relationship was always going to end up the same way. Okay, so it's something where there was definitely something that wasn't in alignment with this relationship being able to have a good start. And it was just sort of like, if we ignore it, or, you know, if we just give into this relationship, we'll just move beyond it and it will take care of itself, which was not realistic. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse with this resurrection energy here. And it says, shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. And, you know, the Seven of Swords is there are those things that are within us that are not aligned with our highest and best. They're the things that sort of keep us away from love, really. Being love, accepting love, receiving love, giving love, being the frequency of love. Even within ourselves, you know, most importantly. And it feels like the source of this is something from the past, and it's something that really messed with this person's sense of self-worth. With the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, there's a sense of shame here. There's a sense of, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. But it's also like, I may even be hiding something, or I may even be trying to hide the fact that I actually know this to be true, kind of a thing, even though it's not true. It could never be true. We're all inherently worthy. It's just that that's this person's approach. And so what happens then when you're dealing with someone like that, when it comes to love and being loved, if they don't feel like they're worthy, ultimately this Five of Swords is gonna take over, you know, because they can't receive love and they can't give love back. So until they deal with that, until they let that come into reality and they say, okay, I'm going to deal with it, I'm going to let it go, I'm going to consciously let it come up to the surface, and then I'm going to consciously release it, and then I'll be free of it, and then I can go on to really be in alignment with this relationship. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's being clarified by open doors, vortex of creativity, and divinely guided. This is a very, very, very powerful energy. You know, this is somebody taking a look at their own self-worth and deciding, wait, all the reasons that I think I'm not worthy have nothing to do with me and aren't actually inherently true. You know, a lot of times, like if you really look at the person's family, you'll see generationally that their mother didn't think they were worthy. and they settled, and they, you know, may have been in an abusive relationship or an unfulfilling relationship. They may have, you know, work jobs that, you know, it's like the story of the person who's super intelligent and super beautiful, but like married an abusive person and worked like really hard, odd jobs at all hours, piecemealing things together. You know, it's like they fundamentally had what it took to have an easier life, but their life is a reflection of what they felt they deserved. And when you're a child growing up in that environment, you take that on as that is also what I deserve. And especially if there's abuse or toxicity in that familial connection, which typically there is when there's something like that, the kid will take it on in so many different ways, subconsciously, consciously. You know, it'll be said to the kid, "You're not worth a damn. I wish I never would have had you." I had a neighbor across the street whose mom always used to say, like every day, every time I was at her house, her mom would say, "I was gonna be a nun and I should have been a nun. I never wanted kids and I don't want any of you. You guys are all lazy, worthless pieces of crap." You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine growing up in that? I mean, we all have our cross to bear. None of us are coming to the table without ever having a mean word said to us, right? But, you know, some of us have definitely had it thrown in our face a lot, right? And it's hard to grow up around that without letting that really affect you at some point, especially when it's coming from your parents, right? So that could be the case here. It doesn't have to be. It could be a relationship, a long relationship that was representative of how that person felt at the time about themselves. And this person kept holding on, maybe kept gaslighting, kept mentally manipulating this person to keep them in the connection. And it really took a toll on this person to where they really lost themselves in the relationship or in the connection or in trying to hold on or trying to make it work. With the ego here on the bottom of the deck too, it could be that this person, you know, sometimes we believe because society tells us and our parents tell us and we think that it's sort of what's expected of us, that like what is most important is the kind of car we have or the kind of house we have or the kind of life it looks like we have on Facebook or whatever. It may be that this person was living a life that quote unquote looks really good, you know, from the outside with the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, but it really does not make this person feel good. It does not, they may have had this impression that once they reached a certain point, they would feel fulfilled by it, and they got there and they didn't. You oftentimes see like professional sports players or even sometimes actors and actresses, or especially musicians even, talking about this, like where they reach this cliff, you know, where they reach this place where it's like everything they'd ever been working for, they're there and they have it and their life is swirling and powerful and they have all this money, and it's like one more step and they just completely fall off the cliff because they realize, wow, I have everything that I've been working for. This is the direction I've been going in. This is where I put that, you know, point on the map of where I wanted to get to in my whole entire life. And I'm here and I'm still not happy. What does that mean about me? And then it can cause like a whole question of worth, question of, well, if getting all of this stuff didn't make me happy, then there may be something fundamentally wrong with me. It's not that there's something fundamentally wrong with you. There's something fundamentally wrong with the message that you got, that happiness comes from outside yourself. It does not. No sustainable happiness comes from outside yourself. It all comes from within. So we have this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You have open doors, vortex of creativity, and divinely guided. This is a moment in time that feels very fated for this person. It could be you, Pisces, but I do feel like for a lot of you, it is your person. And this could be a new person or it could be a past person, where it's like, it's like there's some truth revealed. Let me see. I'm going to clarify this real quick. I'm going to clarify the clarification. it is a general reading, so it is going to be different for everyone, but yeah. Okay. Jeez Louise. Yeah. So Pisces, I feel like meeting you or having you in this person's life or coming across you has been something for this person that has really inspired them. You know, with the Ace of Cups, there is always the energy, and you have that coming out twice now, of self-care, of self-healing, of saying, okay, I went down this path. I realized that this path was maybe not all it was cracked up to be. You know, I got what it was that everyone said was what I wanted or what I needed in order to be successful. And I'm realizing that it has not really affected the way that I feel about myself, other than the fact that I feel like I'm successful, like I won the war or I won the battle. But it hasn't really changed my insides, you know? And for some of you, this is for them a successful battle of coming to understand what it is, where it comes from, this person's lack of self-worth. You know, if it is a familial thing, if it is a subconscious thing, if it is a conscious thing, if it's both, if it's, you know, if it's, but they're realizing where this self-sabotaging is happening. With the Four of Swords, it's like they are healing, they're removing the wounding that caused this energy, and they're getting space to sort of figure it out and find the truth here. And with the High Priestess, it is something, I feel that it's something that you have affected. I feel it's something that meeting, knowing, learning, you know, seeing the way you navigate life, something like that. It may also be that you have standards and that you're not budging with the High Priestess, and that this person then knows in order to harmonize with you with that 6, they have to come into a space where they, of confidence, of knowing that they are worthy, of knowing that they do deserve you, of knowing that, you know, they can show up and they can offer something valuable and productive here. And, you know, this, like I said, you know, this is something that is happening to this person at this time for a reason. I do feel like Spirit is opening a door to change for this person, or there is some kind of opportunity here for them to actually like evolve or move beyond what their past has told them. With the Vortex of Creativity, this is sort of almost like an Empress type energy, right? It's where, you know, creativity is giving birth to something new. It's changing something. It's sort of alchemizing energy. And it is very attached to our intuition. So it feels very much like this person is realizing that they have an opportunity to have something different in their life, or to create something that is more productive or more in alignment with their highest and best self. And it feels like they are being divinely guided this way. With the Scales of Balance and the 6 from the 6 of Wands, there's something, wow, underneath that you have commitment. But there's something here where this person knows that they have to elevate themselves. They have to find it within themselves to know that they're worthy, to know that they deserve it, in order to be able to come to you and offer you, or to have some kind of new beginning in love. All right, let me see what the best possible outcome is here. For Pisces. There, okay. So, yeah, there's something here where I feel like wow. You have the 6 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. it's kind of telling me there's a past version of this person who would have been terrified to do this, or a past version of this person who even comes to the surface who is terrified of this. There's fear is a real factor here in what's happening. Fear has kept this person kind of living a life that where it's like, it's good enough, but it's not really fulfilled. It's neither this nor that, I'm not really, it's not very satisfying. It's like, maybe I have love, maybe I have a house, maybe I have a car, maybe I even have the kids, maybe I have whatever, but none of it is really what I wanted. And there is this correlation with fear possibly coming from childhood or coming from maybe even a past relationship. But it's like, even when this person thinks about this connection, or in the past thought about this connection, or thought about rising up to meet this occasion of this relationship, it brought about a ton of fear. It really brought about, it's like, I want it. I can tell they want it, but I can also tell that the fear is just really gripping them. You have the Hangman, the Hierophant, and Justice, and you have the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. The energy here is that this is an opportunity for this person to elevate with the Hierophant. And what they have to do is they have to be willing to look back at the past and get a different perspective of it. When we really look at fear, fear shrinks. When we, when you look at what you're afraid of, like, I'm trying to think of, okay, I'll use an example from Michael Singer. A lot of people are afraid of snakes. I am one of those people. He has a very big, temple in Gainesville, Florida. If you know anything about Gainesville, Florida, you know that there are a lot of really gnarly snakes in the area. And it's a wilderness type property. I mean, there's structures on it, but in between those structures is wilderness. And he said, you may not want to come because of the snakes, right? Because it's true, there are a lot of poisonous snakes, and it is true, you're out in the woods, and it is true that there must be poisonous snakes on this property. So you can let that fear prevent you from coming here and having a retreat or learning something or doing something or whatever. But the truth is, he's been there like 35, 40 years, and no one has ever had any kind of encounter with a snake. And so if you just look at the fear, and instead of diving into the fear and letting the fear kind of give you the heart palpitations and prevent you from getting oxygen to your brain, and kind of having that physio whatever reaction to it, and you say, well, let me look at it logically. No one's ever had an encounter with a snake there in 35, 40 years. What are the chances of me having an encounter there? Can they promise me that it won't happen? No, they can't. But has it ever happened? No. Have they been there a long time? Yes. Have a lot of people been there? Yes. You know what I mean? So it's like once you kind of look at fear and you dismantle it, or even if you go, okay, the worst happens. You're in Gainesville, Florida. You are right by the University of Florida. You are going to receive the most incredible medical care ever. I mean, I know students in the medical school there, and I mean, it's a very, very, very difficult school to get into. It's practically like an Ivy League school now. So, you're going to get amazing care. Are you going to recover from it? Yeah. Might it be yucky? Might it hurt? Might it whatever? Yeah, but sometimes that's life. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, fear will keep you in a small life. It will keep you, safe, quote unquote, where you're not having encounters with snakes, I guess. But you're also then not getting that spiritual teaching, or you're not getting that experience that you're not going to because you don't want to have an encounter with a snake. You know what I mean? There's always a trade-off in life. I mean, you know, just going to the grocery store, I could be in a car accident. You know what I mean? But I got to get groceries. I got to feed my family. I can't let fear say, well, you know, people get in car accidents all the time, and you do have to cross a busy road. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta take in the whole picture here. And it feels like with this person, it kept ending in the fear, and they kept having the reaction, and then shutting down, and there's like nothing. This here is someone who's looking back in the past and saying, why don't I have what it is I want? Honey, did you eat that entire bone already? Seriously, girlfriend? Seriously? Girlfriend, lay down. So what I see here is that this person is having an opportunity to kind of look back on the past and say, why don't I have Pisces? What was it that caused me to not be able to follow through on this, to not be able to see this thing through to the end? And then it's having that awakening, it's having that realization. And then it's also, you know, kind of making that choice. We see the Three of Wands here, and we saw the Two of Wands there. Of saying, you know what, I'm making a different choice this time. And in making that choice, there's a spiritual elevation. There's, you know, when you start to choose yourself and you start to choose what's in your highest and best, Spirit meets you there. You know, the Hierophant is that gatekeeper, and it's that decision that is those two keys that open the gate. You know, in the Hierophant card, it may not be in this one. No, I don't see it, but there's usually two crossed keys right here. You know, it is that decision that uncrosses the keys and lets you go into the higher levels of life. And with Justice, there is this also the energy of this like major decision, and it's kind of like not going back, but it's also the decision that balances out the scales. It's the decision that brings this connection back into harmony, back into balance. So you have the Three of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. It's like this person could not give up on this, could not let this go for a reason. This person, even if they have not been in contact with you, it's like they have been, you know, watching from afar, or thinking about this, or analyzing it, or planning, strategizing, really evaluating even within themselves, what is the barrier that is preventing me from being able to accept and participate in this love? With the Seven of Wands, the Magician, and the Emperor, this person is going through a serious ascension here. With the Seven of Wands, it's like, no, I'm going to fight for what I want. I'm going to fight for what I believe in. I'm going to fight for this connection. With the Magician, it is finding within yourself the ability and the confidence that you can turn something into something else, or nothing into something. You know, this person is having a real call to action of, you know, I got to step up in order to be with Pisces. I have to elevate. I have to come into my highest expression of myself. Here you are, Pisces, just hanging out. You're not doing anything. You're not telling this person this is what you have to do. You are not, you know, showing this person the way or the path. You're just a living, breathing sort of example. And you are, for this person, kind of, it's like, I see it as the light in the darkness, or the star in the sky that this person is trying to get to. And this is what is causing this for this person, so that they can be with you, so that they can overcome kind of a life of nothing special, in order to win your favor, or even be deserving of you, or even balance out the scales. They have to step into their own true divinity first. And so it seems that's what they're on the path of doing here. Let's get some message cards. All right, for Pisces. If you're dealing with a water sign, you have unavailable. This person is unable to give you all you deserve. Finances. You know, I feel like with that unavailable card, it's more like, I feel they just have to rise up to meet the occasion. Finances, financial challenges are affecting this connection. We need to let each other go, play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. I feel I feel someone is assessing. There's something financial, and there's something here where it's like this person is looking into this, is assessing that. If you're dealing with a fire sign, you're getting longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. I miss being with you. Warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. And marriage, this relationship is moving toward a sacred union. If you are dealing with an earth sign, I don't know how to feel. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. I am recovering. Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. Keep in mind, we're all on different timelines. If you're dealing with an earth sign, it may be a bit of a slower timeline to where it's like you really have to hold your boundaries and make this person rise up to meet you. If you're dealing with an air sign, you're getting you let me down. Children are important to this relationship. I don't want to know. You came closer than anyone. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. I can't get enough of you. And old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. Pisces, this is what I have for you today. I really hope it helps. I hope it brings you some peace and clarity. If it does, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do really appreciate your support on my channel. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.